So there is a proper order to resisting the devil, and it starts with submit to God first. So we see in James 4:7, it says, therefore submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. So this verse isn't just a nice statement, it's actually a correction. So James is writing to believers who are dealing with double-mindedness. So they were trying to follow God, but at the same time, they were still influenced by the world, their desires, distractions, and things they were entertaining. So right before this, he talks about wars within them, cravings, and being pulled in different directions. So when he says to them, submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee, he was actually giving them a solution. You can't effectively resist the devil if you're still in agreement with things that are not of God. So think about it this way. Submission is what breaks that agreement. So I kept hearing the scripture and it stood out to me. So I asked the Lord what he was saying. And it was kind of like I heard almost immediately, submit your ears to me. Kind of like a statement, but a question at the same time, if that even makes sense. So he was saying, have you done this? Or are you still listening to things that pull you away from me, that cause you to question my voice? And that hit me right there, because we say so many times that we want to hear God clearly, but we're still entertaining voices, content, and influences that create confusion, doubt, and noise, if I'm being honest. So, and then we're sitting there wondering why it's hard to discern what he's saying. So in this case, submission, God was showing me, just isn't saying, God, I give you my life, but he was actually breaking it down for my ministry in particular, for the people that watch me here on All Ears. He's saying, have you submitted your ears to him? So we're not just trying to resist the enemy with our words, though they are powerful, but we're resisting him by what we refuse to listen to. Because when we truly submit to God, we automatically start rejecting what's not of him. And that's when resistance becomes real, right? It's not force, but it's a result of alignment. For example, there was a season in my life where I cursed so much it was disgusting. And it was a result of the people I talked to, the music I listened to, the things I allowed my ears to hear, right? But the more I began to submit myself to God, my ears to God, and decided what I wasn't going to listen to anymore, the more cursing became disgusting to me, especially out of the mouth of a young lady. And I'm not here to judge anybody because I was in that same position, but I'm telling you from experience how it works. When we submit ourselves to God, the things of this world disgust us. So to close this up, when there's no agreement with the enemy, he has no place to stay, so he has to flee.